David, to David, Hashem Ori v'yishi, God is my light and my salvation. Mimiro, from whom shall I fear? Hashem Ori chayoi, God is the strength of my life. Mimi efchot, of whom should I be afraid? There's a difference between mora and pachad. Mora is a fear for something real that he faces, a genuine danger. And pachad is an imaginary fear, an illusionary danger. Mora is for an immediate danger, and pachad is for a far removed, hidden danger. This mizmor is popular. It is recited twice daily, from Rosh Chodesh Elul until Shmini Atzeres. The Medrash Vayikra Rabbah Yudalet and Chafalef, and also the Medrash Shochatov say that Rabbonim Paschen Chro Rosh Hashanah v'Yom Kippurim. The rabbis interpret this mizmor relating to Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Ori on Rosh Hashanah, V'yishi on Yom Kippur, Mimi'iro on Hoshana Rabbah. When one is very sick and his eyes are closed shut, and no one can see any spark of life, it is not evident. Then a bright light is passed over his face. If he has any spark of life, he will open his eyes. So likewise, throughout the year, there are some Jews who seem lifeless. Their eyes are shut. They are suffering choli hanefesh. They are soul sick. But when the divine light of Yom Hadin, the day of judgment, appears, they open their eyes. When Hashem Ori, God is my light on Rosh Hashanah, then V'yishi, He is my salvation on Yom Kippur. Bikrov alai mereim, when evildoers come close to me, le'achol es psori, to eat my flesh, sorai v'yoivai, my enemies and my foes. David says he suffered from two kinds of wicked people. As when a person eats, he does not intend just to destroy the food, but rather to satisfy his hunger, to enjoy the meal. So were there those who desired le'achol es psori, to take away from David his possessions and his position for their own gain. For there were those who had nothing to win for themselves. They were just enemies who wanted to harm and to destroy David. It was just envy and hatred. Sorai v'yoivai. But both, heima kashvu v'nafolu. They stumbled and they fell. Im tachane olai machane. If an army should encamp against me, lo yira libi. My heart shall not fear. Im tokim alai mechomai. If a war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. Rashi says that Bezois means I trust in what I declared before, that Hashem Ori chayoi, God is the strength of my life. The Medrash Shochatov interprets Bezois, I trust in the Torah, Bezos HaTorah. The Medrash Vayikra Chof Aleph says it refers to the blessing Bezois Yehuda, and David was from the Shevet Yehuda. And therefore, Achas Sha'alti Meis Hashem, one thing I requested from God, Osavake, this I shall seek, Shiftiveis Hashem Kol Yimei Chayoi, that I may dwell in the house of God all the days of my life, Lachazos Benom Hashem, to see, to behold the pleasantness of God, Ulevake Be'echoloi, and to visit in His temple. Dunish interprets Levake, to come daily, early morning. And Menachem interprets Levake, to inspect and to distinguish between good and bad. Acha sha'alti, one thing I requested, osa vakish, the same I shall seek in the future. David did not request this only when he was a young poor shepherd, but the same shall I seek when I attain wealth and the throne. Also, acha sha'alti osa vakish, you can't pray for one thing and direct all your attention in seeking something else. If it's acha sha'alti, if it's something that you prayed for, osavake, that you have to pursue. The Be'er Moshe notes Mi'es Hashem, the same letters can be spelt out as Emes Hashem. This is the truth of God, and when a truth must be pursued, not only once, but always, no matter what one's station in life may be. The Medrash comments that God then responded to David, you said, Acha sha'alti, you desire only one thing, and then you present a list of requests. So David said then, this I learned from you, God. You said, V'yato Yisrael ma Hashem elekecho shoel mi'imach, And now, Israel, what does God demand from you? Kim liyiras Hashem Elokecha, only to fear your God. Seemingly, you request only one thing, and then you enumerate so many mitzvahs. I just imitate the master. The explanation is, there surely are many goals and requests, but the primary desire is Acha Shalti, that Shifti Hashem. So likewise, there may be Taryag Mitzvah, 613 commandments, but the main goal, the master goal is Kim liyiras Hashem Elokecha, to fear God, Yiras Shamayim. I'm sure that he shall hide me in his pavilion in a bad day, of the time of trouble and danger. He shall hide me in hidden secret places of his tabernacle. With a rock you shall lift me. Possibly because of this pasuk we recite this mizmor during Sukkot. Rashi quotes the Seder Olam that this refers to Yoash ben Achaziah, who was saved from the sword of Asalia through the help of Yehosheva, who hid him in the attic of the Beit HaMikdash, and then he rose to be anointed as king. David says, in the time of war you will grant me victory, and the time of danger you protect me and you hide me. But still better, that I may enjoy peace and be able to devote myself to Torah and to the service of God. Shifti Beis Hashem. V'yator, and now, this would be the greatest victory. Yoram shall be raised over my enemies around me, and then, I shall offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy and praise. Or Shira v'azamul Hashem, I shall sing and play to God. Shema Hashem Kirliyecha. God, hear my voice when I call. V'choneni v'aneni, and be gracious to me and answer me. L'cha amar libi. To you my heart said. The Zohar Kodesh Emor interprets, Begino chama libi livnei alma. About you my heart said to mankind. Bakshu fonoi. Seek my face, my presence, my orders ponim. Es ponecha avakish. Your face, your presence I shall seek. To be an inspiring preacher, example is the most effective. The Noam Elimelech interprets L'cha Malibi. All my prayers are only for the sake of your glory. When one needs the favor of a king, he may be rebuked. The king may refuse to see him, or he may listen to him and then turn him down. David prays, Al tachti fanecha mimeni. Do not hide your face from me. And then, although you listen to me, then Al tachti afavdecha. You shall not turn away your servant in anger. For as Rossi Oisa, you have been my help. Al tcheni v'altazveni lekeishi. You shall not leave me, and you shall not forsake me, God of my salvation. Ki yoviviimi azavuni. For even if my father and mother shall forsake me, Hashem yatzveni. God shall gather me in. Rashi says that this refers to the time of birth, and others interpret it referring to the time of death. Or when one is sick, relatives and friends, fathers and mothers, come to visit the sick, then they all must leave. But no one with all their true loving care can really help him and cure him. Only God. Yovi va'imi azovuni, Hashem yatzveni. Hareid Hashem darkecho, God, show me your way, unecheni b'yorach misha, and lead me in the straight path. Derech means a paved road. There God only needs show. But to go in an orach, in a narrow hidden path, God has to lead. God should protect him in all situations and circumstances. He should not stumble. Laman shoyreroi, because of my enemies who are constantly looking in search of my faults and my failures. Al titneni benefesh tzoroi, you shall not deliver me of the hands of the evil desires of my enemies. Hikomo v'edeh sheker, for false witnesses stood up against me. V'feach chomos, and those who breathe out cruelty, those who speak with hurry and with no pause, and say that I am a criminal, a robber. V'feach means a blow. When one talks emphatically and without a respite, it is like constantly blowing out air. Or v'feach chomos, everything they say about me is false. It is all wind. If it were not that I believed to see and to behold the goodness of God of the land of the living. The Chazal and Masechet Sofrim indicate that over the letters of the word Lule, there are dots, which means that these dotted letters are unnecessary. They are superfluous. Therefore, it is to be interpreted, Hermanti be'eretz chayim. I believe in the land of the living in Olam Haba, only Lule. I have doubts that I shall not perhaps be deserving, but nevertheless, I hope, and this sustains me. This gives me the possibility to endure all my troubles. The letters Lule backwards read Elul. And therefore we begin to recite this Mizmor from the Scottish Elul. Chaveir Hashem, hope to God. Chazak v'yamet libecho. Be strong, have courage, and strengthen your heart. V'kaveir Hashem, and hope to God. David comforted himself. He also called out to all who suffer. Hope to God. Kaveir Hashem. Kaveir Hashem in this world, in Olam Hazeh. V'kaveir Hashem, and hope for Olam Haba. Rashi, based on the Yalkut, interprets, Imispalel Odom v'lo. If one prayed, and seemingly he was not answered, Yachsav Yispalel. He should pray again. For Kaveir Hashem, Chazak v'yamet libecho, and then pray again. Kaveir Hashem.